Hi everybody, this is the Website Boy from the websiteboy.com. In the last tutorial I showed you how to make functions and use them. On this tutorial I'm going to show you how to make your functions a lot better by using arguments. Alright, and with arguments you can do a lot more than just printing stuff out. Alright, you can make calculations depending on what you're passing through the functions. You can make different calculations by changing those values. Let me just show you exactly what I mean with that. Let's first set the type for a function and let's create a custom name for it. Make calculations. I'm just gonna name it make cal just to make it short and sweet. Put your parentheses, and this we will use later to put arguments through it. Let's open and close the curly brackets. And now what are we going to do with this function? We are going to be making a multiplying some number, and this variable, and is going to be have a value of 10. The type is int and the value is 10. We're going to print that. We're going to make the calculations with another variable called int, type int calculations, and we're going to say master times some number that I have not defined yet, and I will. All right, and then we are going to print the value on the screen. We are going, and we learned how to use this already. If you have not, you need to watch all the tutorials. That's why I'm going a little faster, because you should know this already. Percent D is for integer, comma, and calculations. All right, so that's going to print out the result of this code right here, right? So the next thing we need to do is pass the sum number through here, but we need to set a type first in this argument place in this parentheses. So it's going to be some number. Hopefully I have not made a mistake. I usually copy and paste this variables like this. All right, so now that's done. We need to actually to call our function. You know what we need to do before we do that. Before we do anything, we need to actually let C know about our function, and we do that by setting a prototype, and this is what a prototype is. All right, we let C know, hey listen, we have a function and that's the name of it, I want to use it. All right, so we do that first. Now the second thing we do is that we actually we call a function in here, but before we call a function we need to set a variable type, the one that we are going to be using to pass the parameter, which is some number. We need to kind of set a value for it, right? So it's going to be int, and it's going to be called some number, and we know that already because I used it down there, and the value is going to be 20. And then next thing is to call the function and do all this. So the function is going to be make cal, and now make sure that all this is indented just to make it clear. So put a tab on your code. CodeBlock should be doing this automatically. I might make a video on how to do this, but I'm not gonna deal with it now. I have another IDE that I use, NetBeans and Sublime, and all these IDEs come already preset to do this type of indentation. I just install CodeBlocks to do this, so it would be easier for you just to have everything in one place. You don't have to do configurations, but I didn't know that I did not indented the code. All right, which is very important. As you can see, it's clearer now. So I will find out how to indent this in CodeBlocks, and will probably make a video to let you know. But if you, maybe you can Google it and find out yourself there before I tell you. But anyways, you can do it manually, all right, and just indent it. Hopefully it has that feature. But anyway, now that we created a function right here, created the functionality inside our function that we want to produce, we set a prototype, we set the value of that sum number that we're going to pass through this parameter there, this argument, right? And then we call the function. All right, we should get this calculation right here. So let's go ahead and save it and build and compile, build and run, and we get 0. Something is wrong, and I get a unused variable. All right, so we got to correct that. This is all right, and we get that on line 10. So it's telling me that I'm not using this variable, and they are right. I'm not. See, you are right. Always. I got to pass this variable as a parameter into the function when I call it. All right. So don't forget that. This is something very easy to forget. As you can see, I forgot. And that's it. We should be good now. So let's do a build. And as you can see here, I got a calculation of 200 because 20 times 10 is 200. So we were able to pass a parameter to the function when we called it, and the parameter was worth 20. And this 20 came in here as a parameter to the function, right? As an argument. And then once it came in here, then it was available inside the function, and we used it right here to multiply the master variable that we have right here. All right, we already had the value right here, so the value is 10 times then some number that is defined right here, that's 20. That would be 200, and we are printing it with the function f, with the printf function, with a placeholder and the name of the calculations variable, which has the value multiplied already. So anyways, I hope this was easy enough for you to understand. If not, just ask me a question. I think I made it very clear how to do this. Anyway, I want to thank you for watching my tutorials, and this was able to help you in some way. You learned something new today. Please don't forget to thank me by liking the video and giving me some more motivation to make more. Again, have a good day. Again, thank you, and I'll see you in the next tutorial. Bye bye.